Do you ever get that peculiar feeling that what you're doing or seeing has already happened before, even when you're pretty sure it hasn't? If you have, you've probably experienced déjà vu. What is it? What is happening inside our brains when we experience this phenomenon? Joining us now to give us some answers is neurologist Professor Sam Berkovic, who is with us from Australia this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. What is déjà vu? Is it real? Because it feels real. It feels like when I see or hear or sense something, I have been there before. I have seen it before.
Well, we could have a philosophy chat and ask what is real, but I'm not a philosopher. But we experience this feeling of, as you accurately described it, a scene or somebody speaking to you, and you know that it is novel, that you've not experienced it before, but if you then sense that, yes, this has happened before, and you generally just shake your head and say, my mind's playing tricks, and that's exactly what is happening in a very simplistic way. So it's common. 60% of the population get it. I get it. And in so-called normal or physiological déjà vu, it's usually extremely brief. And as I said, you just kind of shake your head and you think, oh, my mind's playing tricks. And it's a bit like other phenomenon that we get. You might occasionally see a flash of light in the corner of your eye that comes and goes, and that's the visual part of your brain playing tricks, or very occasionally hear a noise and think, what's that? And that's the auditory part of your brain playing tricks. And déjà vu is the memory part of your brain playing tricks, and that's seated deep in the temporal lobe. I'm interested in it because I work with people with epilepsy, and very intense déjà vu is a common symptom of what we call temporal lobe epilepsy. Now, it's important to understand that the common déjà vu or normal déjà vu that I've just talked about, that is definitely not epilepsy, but it likely shares the same circuits in the brain. So when somebody with epilepsy gets a very intense feeling of déjà vu, which goes on, and they often really do believe it's true, that's abnormal. But when it's just that fleeting feeling, it's not abnormal. It's common. And as I said, it's about 60% of the population experience this.
It's a glitch. Why 60% of the population? What is unique about them that makes them experience it and not the other 40%?
We don't know, but it's a good question. There's obviously a lot of variation in all sorts of experiences across the human population. It may be that the others get it incredibly mildly and sort of don't appreciate it, but that's sort of what the raw, questionnaire statistics suggest, that it's about 60% of the population.
If you start to experience it and notice it more, is that a worrying sign?
It's only worrying if it becomes regular and is sort of really intense. And if you do get that, then you should have a chat to your doctor. But as I said, the vast majority of people do not have that. They just have the so-called normal or physiological déjà vu.
Is it possible? Because it does, I've been to another country that I've never been to before and had this experience. And you really do think that it's real. Is it possible that you're wrong? Is it possible this is not a glitch, that we have been there before in a past life, Professor?
As I said, I'm not a philosopher nor a psychic, but I think not. I think, we take in so many experiences during our normal life, looking at media, seeing images in the newspaper, on TV, on our phones. Our brain kind of puts things together in weird ways, and I think it's again a glitch in that kind of system that gives you the brief but very strong impression that this is not novel and that you have been there before, but you haven't.
Neurologist Professor Sam Berkovic, thank you very much for joining us from Melbourne this morning, just gone 8 minutes away from 8 o'clock.